Hello everybody and welcome back to another Trove video. Today I have a class tutorial of the Lunar Lancer for you guys. Hope you enjoy. So, the Lunar Lancer is a highly competent physical damaged based character. So of course his stats are the Trinity: physical damage, critical hit and critical damage. And before I start talking about his abilities, I would just like to say that I do have the Dusk Rider Dragoon costume on, which came from last year's extra life pack. So some of the video effects, for example this one, are purple, whereas normally they'd be a different colour. So if that is if you do notice that, that is the reason why. It just goes with a few of my mounts and my wings and stuff. It just looks pretty cool. Yep, so let's get started with the video. So the Lunar Lancer, like all classes, has his left click attack, which is just a stab, as well as 4 main abilities, 1 passive and 3 active. His first one is called Lunacy, which is his passive, which when you attack enemies, you gain Lunacy points, they're called. And you become infused with the power of the moon, which will increase movement speed, allow you to have 50% reduced damage, so you take less damage, and 50% increased damage to other enemies, so you do more damage and you take less damage, which is pretty cool and nice. But however, it's inconsistent because it only sort of activates randomly rather than when you actually choose for it to, so it's not that reliable in dungeons. Your Lunar Lancer's right click is called Grappling Spear. You throw spear on the ground and you hold right click and it will, that's a bit glitchy going up blocks, it will pull you towards it, like that's a bit better, and you sort of teleport up blocks. It's very good for getting to hard to reach places. For example, if we come over here to the canopy of the trees, if we just launch up there, we get pulled up. It's good if you haven't got much jump, or if you want to just scale big dungeons very quickly. I find it very useful. So the Lunar Lancer's number 1 ability is called Crescent Combo, and when you press number 1, he will swing and swing back again. On the second swing, he will launch enemies into the air and they will get stunned for a few seconds, which is very useful, as you just spam this ability. As that's what you do in U9, you just spam this ability and then all the enemies will die, which means you do need a bit amount of energy regen on this guy, so you're able to consistently spam this number 1 ability. Or as you can see on my character, I can only use it about 4 times before my energy runs out. Now your number 2 or your ultimate ability is called Blessing of the Moon, and it's summoned. If you hold it down, it has this weird little ability, but if you let go, it summons a giant spear from the sky of the one that you're using, of the style you're using, and creates these like cracks on the ground. I think it looks pretty awesome visually. It also gives you stats of movement speed and heal, and it heals you and it gives you stability to you and all of your allies nearby, which is really useful in Shadow Towers and other places. Now the stats you want to focus on, as mentioned before, are physical damage, critical hit and critical damage. I have no stats on this character that are any good. I have magic damage. It's terrible stats, but anyway, you want to be going for those 3 stats, and if built correctly, this character can be very competent in the higher worlds. His class gem ability replaces his Lunacy mode, and it will make you bigger and make you more powerful, but also it will duplicate yourself and create a shadow clone of your character, which will deal damage to enemies nearby, but it will not have much health, so it will take the aggro and it will die pretty quickly. But again, as mentioned before, it's fairly unreliable, as you don't know when it's going to activate, so you can't really rely on it to do your damage, which is why you spam your number 1, because that's your biggest damage dealer. If you want to check out someone who is a decent Lunar Lancer, I've got a link to Lord Faffy's channel down in the description. He is one of the most amazing Trove YouTubers I've ever seen, one of the highest ones in the YouTube community, but he actually uses the Lunar Lancer class as his main class, so his is extremely powerful. So a link to his channel will be in the description. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, then don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing down in the description below. Also leave a comment telling me what class you would like me to do next. There is a playlist of all the class tutorials I've already done, so don't be commenting ones I've already done because they're already there. Yeah, so if you do enjoy, then I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.